Tonight on Kaiju Carousel, we have a Kong-adjacent film. One of my favorite movies, Abbot and Costello in Africa Screams. Roll 'em, Jojo! No, you hit the red button first, then the blue one. Yeah, like that!
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here tonight to tell you a very strange story. He was a king and a god in the world he knew. Look at Kong, the eighth wonder of the world.
4 facts about Africa Screams. 1. Release date. May 4th, 1949. Directed by Charles Barton and produced by Nasser Studios. Number 2. The Kaiju, orangutan gargantua who saves Stanley from the villainous cannibal tribe that's chasing him down, is about 3/4 the size of the real Kong. He's not claymation. He instead is a standard gorilla suit. They use filter to make Lou Costello look much smaller than the guy in the ape suit. The ape suit looks very similar to the one in the original Ghostbusters with Larry Storch and Forrest Tucker as Spencer, Tracy, and Kong. Number 3. Beside Abbott and Costello, this film features other notable actors such as Clyde Beatty, a famous circus performer, Hilary Brooke, who appeared in the Abbott and Costello radio show and several Abbott and Costello films, Shemp Howard, known for his role in The Three Stooges, also Joe Besser, who was on the Abbott and Costello show and part of The Three Stooges, Frank Buck, a famous animal trapper and trainer. Number 4, Legacy. This is one of Abbott and Costello's most well-known films.
Not here! Wait a minute, take it easy, Stanley. It's just a harmless little kitten.
Buzz, I'm scared to death.
What?
Look at the wild look in his face.
Oh. I can't understand why you have this terrible fear of animals in you. What is it?
When I was a little baby, I was scared by my piggy bank.
Diana Emerson visits the book section of Clopper's department store, seeking an extremely rare book entitled Dark Safari by the famed explorer Cuddleford. Buzz's friend and co-worker Stanley Livington, an armchair explorer, has read the book and says that he is familiar with a map within it. $1,500 for a map that is inside the book. Buzz brings Stanley to Diana's home to draw the map. But when he overhears Diana offer Clyde Beatty $20,000 to lead an expedition to capture a legendary giant ape, Buzz realizes that the map is worth considerably more. Buzz negotiates more money for him and for Stanley and he to join the safari. Now, are you serious? Who wrote this drivel? A giant ape? Oh, okay, anyways. They travel to the Congo with Diana's team of explorers, including Harry Boots Wilson, Grappler McCoy, and Gunner, a nearsighted professional hunter. When he learns that the expedition's true goal is not the giant ape, but a fortune in diamonds, Buzz renegotiates their deal again. However, the map in the book, with which Stanley is familiar, is one that he had drawn to plot the route to his job at Clopper's, and not the original map that was inside the book after all. However, fortuitously, Stanley's memory of the book's details bring the party to the region in which Diana was interested. Anyways, there they run across famed animal collector Frank Buck. Deep in the jungle, a cannibal tribe sets a trail of diamonds to lure and capture Buzz and Stanley. The boys are rescued by a grateful gorilla who... Wait a second. Grateful gorilla? Who wrote this? Drivel? I say. Okay. The boys are rescued by a grateful gorilla, whom Stanley had inadvertently rescued from one of Frank Buck's traps. The cannibal chief offers Diana diamonds in exchange for Stanley, but Stanley flees while Buzz recovers the diamonds and hides them. While pursuing Stanley, the expeditionary team and the cannibals are frightened away by the giant ape, whose existence had been dismissed as a myth. I wish this whole thing was a myth. Okay. The friendly gorilla recovers the diamonds before Buzz can do so. The gorilla recovers the diamonds? Oh, okay. Distraught over the loss of his treasure, Buzz abandons Stanley in the jungle. Sometime later, back in the United States, Stanley appears prosperous and owns his own skyscraper, and Buzz works as the elevator operator. Stanley's partner is the gorilla, who had recovered the diamonds. Oh, finally it's over. That is so bad. Excuse me. I have been Myles the Magnificent, and this is Africa Screams. You are very welcome.
Let's bring on the other Kong expert, my brother, Jeff. Almost knows as much as I do. Sort of.
Not really.
Jeff.
Hey. I think it's the first time. I don't remember seeing it before, even though I knew the name of the film. I don't think I ever saw it.
What did you think of it?
The movie itself, what I liked, is the humor. It was definitely funny. It has a timeless humor to it. I think it's because it's clean, it's not dirty, and it's Costello. They're like legends when it comes to comedy. Some cool story elements where basically Costello was totally clueless and stupid, but he was completely honest. He was honestly saying he knew how to draw the map, but he was thinking of an entirely different map than they had in mind. When they revealed his map in the middle of the movie, you're like, oh my gosh, and because they're already stuck in Africa, and it seemed like he just kept getting him in deeper trouble. He thought he was being helpful, but he's actually making things worse.
Right, he drew a map to the bookstore that they worked in instead of the map that Cuthbert in the book was writing. This is clearly a comedy. This is on the heels of Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein, which was a huge, monstrous success. This had many nods to it when he's doing the sign language after he sees the monkey for the first time, not the orangutan gargantua, but the regular-sized ape. Abbott, he does the Frankenstein outstretched arms, just like he did in Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein. Bud does the exact same feint when he sees the crocodile in the water, and he passes out when Lou doesn't see the crocodile that he's swimming with. He does the same feint he did when Dracula turned into a bat. They also have the same running type scene from when Lou sees the orangutan gargantua and attempts to run away. That shot is very much him running down the hallway away from the Frankenstein monster.
Yeah, I picked up on the similarities when he was so scared he couldn't talk, and he's kind of trying to spit it out, and you have the tense music with the gorilla scene, not the giant gorilla scene, but the regular gorilla scene. I was totally thinking of, that oh chick from Abbott Costello Meets Frankenstein. One of my complaints, because I was thinking it was going to be a King Kong movie. Abbott Costello Meets Frankenstein was definitely a Dracula movie, definitely a Frankenstein movie, definitely a Wolfman movie. This is not a King Kong movie. It's not a real King Kong movie. He shows up at the end. This version of the monster, to me, really flatlines. He just kind of shows up and scares the cannibals away, but he doesn't really add anything to the story. He's just kind of like a cameo.
It is a cameo, but he does save the day. Lou would have died without the orangutan gargantua saving him from all of the natives. He is the focus of why Clyde Beatty and Frank Buck are there. He is the lie that the villain tells about why she wants to be there, because apparently Cuthbert in the book was looking for the orangutan gargantuous. While not an active character until like the last 5 minutes of the film, his presence is constantly discussed throughout the movie.
Yeah, but was the lion tamer really concerned about the orangutan? It seemed like he had a different agenda. He just wanted to capture a bunch of lions and take them home.
He wanted to take home lions and crocodiles, his job. But the only reason why his expedition got financed is because of the orangutan gargantua. Hilary Brooke, Shem Howard, and Joe Bezer, and the Bayer brothers, they were lying to him saying that we are paying your way, Clyde, because we want this orangutan gargantua.
Yeah, it was all pretext because they really wanted diamonds. the advertising for the movie. If you look at the print ad for the movie, I think it's a little bit misleading. This one, on the print ad, it has this giant gorilla holding this attractive blonde lady.
It's a cross between the Hillary Brooke character in here, the criminal, and Fay Wray.
Right.
It's clearly supposed to be Kong and Fay Wray.
Right. They're selling King Kong as part of this movie on the print ad, and it's definitely not King Kong, and there's no Fay Wray. One thing I thought that was interesting, though, is Abbott and Costello's names appear more prominently on the ad than the name of the movie.
Because that's what's really selling the film. Yes, Kong, they want Kong in there, and Kong is huge. But you got to remember how big Bud and Lou were at the time.
Yeah.
As a Kong film, which is the focus of Kaiju Carousel, it's one you can skip. But as a movie itself, as an Abbott and Costello film, it's utterly brilliant. The cast is hilarious. Shemp Howard is very funny in it in the few scenes he has. Joe Bezer is very funny in it.
This version of Kong doesn't do anything to add to the character at all. It's definitely not worthy of being called a King Kong movie. If you're a completist, you should check it out.
Wait a minute. Let me through, officer. My name's Denham.
Just a moment. Oh, Lieutenant.
Lieutenant, I'm Carl Denham. Carl Denham?
Denham? Oh, that's the man that captured the monster.
Well, Denham, the airplane's got him. Oh, no. It wasn't the airplanes. It was Beauty killed the beast. Beauty killed the beast.